I was so moved by this story in Daniel, and I was just going to assume that most of us know the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego probably in this room, right? It's like Sunday School Hall of Famer. And if you don't, like I was just casually reading through the book of Daniel, and I saw their names, the heading on top of chapter 3, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire furnace. And I started to get excited of this story, these three guys who wouldn't bow down to this golden image that King Nebuchadnezzar had created. So the king got mad, threw them into the fiery furnace. Fourth being, dude, probably Jesus shows up, delivers them in the name of the Lord. They walk out without even a hair on their head singed and without smelling like smoke. And I remember this story, right? This is such a great story. So I'm like, this is going to be neato review. So I'm reading through it, and I got to the part where they're before the king, and he asked them to bow, and they said, in a roundabout way, they said, you're our king. We'll respect you as king, but you're not our God. We serve the God of old, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our God is able to deliver us from your fiery furnace. And he did, right? And then there was this one line that totally changed the story for me. They said, our God is able to deliver us, king. But know this, that even if he doesn't deliver us, we're still not going to bow. And that is the story of my life. And I don't really think these guys thought they were going to be plastered up on every chalkboard in church history in Sunday school, I don't think they thought that. I think they probably thought that they were going to burn alive that day for their God. Everyone else who went into the fire furnace, they kind of burned alive. The guy who threw him in, right, got too close. You remember the story? The guard, the king sent a guard, and the guard got too close and burned alive, which is actually, side note, if you have nieces and nephews, or a daughter, or a child, you know this video of the book of Daniel. It's a cartoon for like 2-year-olds. I was watching it with my nephew Jonah. I see some parents nodding their heads, so and I was so excited to watch it. We're watching Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They're like, I'm not going to bow. And they're marching to the fire, and the guard is escorting to the fire. And I was wondering, I'm like, because he's 2 years old. He's like a little red-headed cartoon nephew of mine named Jonah. And I'm like, is it going to show the part where the dude just gets burned alive in front of Jonah? And sure enough, he gets too close, and it's like, wow, the skin's melting off, and we're like high-fiving each other. This is awesome. I love this show. So anyway, if you have a 2-year-old, just be warned that part really happens. But know this line that they said, even if he doesn't deliver us, man, it doesn't really matter, king. Burn us up, man, whatever you want to do. Burn us in the furnace of your desire today. And I just pictured them walking to the fire, and just those moments that they had, or those minutes, or the hour, however long the fire was away from the king's court, of them looking to heaven, and really almost saying this.